Yeah.
So he just left because one of the other guys just said that he's working security here and he's already holding it down and asked him to show the runs.
Yeah.
I don't know what's been going on with this guy, honestly. I really don't know. Here, let's talk off the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could always give you my statement. I have just told Ash, because Ash never changes her appearance like this, ever. Last time...
Yeah, no, I get that.
The last time she changed her appearance like this, she had a fucking killer after her during one of my investigations. So, essentially, the breakdown right now that I'm trying to figure out is Ash is frustrated because she's like, why can no one do anything? And I said that the issue is that when someone says, hey, this guy's doing this to a cop, our immediate response is going to be, okay, what evidence do you have of this? If you have evidence to back up your claim, we can...
Yeah, so I'm trying to get all of them to constantly write statements about what he's doing.
Yeah. I literally just informed Ash and everybody in that circle. I said, keep a notepad in your pocket, and every single time, at every single minute, at every single hour on the date, write down a statement as to what he's doing, what's going on, and make sure that you note in exactly what is going on. This way, when an officer says, why did you call this in? You can hand them a notepad with 15 statements to say, hey, this is what's going on. We're all tired of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been telling him that like anytime he's here, write a statement, write something up. It'll help us a lot. Like we can. My issue is like Metzger is definitely against me with this. Half the HVTU guys are on his side. Like they're just like, oh, he's not doing anything wrong. He's doing security. He's a good citizen. Somebody will stand up and do security. But it's just like, what? It's freaking them the fuck out.
Yeah, this is one of those. There's a reason why people are freaked out by it, and to ignore the fact that, you know, there's obviously a group of 4 or 5 people over there that obviously don't like him around. He's one person. Okay, why would 5 people not like one person around, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong, because truthfully, on the side of the law, he really isn't doing anything wrong. But this is where, in my opinion, the police department, the UPD needs to, and I'm not even saying you specifically. This is not even a dig at you. This is actually more in general to the people that are defending him.
Yeah.
No one ever looks into the why. Why are they uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm down here all the time. Anytime Ash speaks up, I'm down here because I can see how this is affecting her, and I want to help.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't listen with SCU. I'm able to go unmarked. I'll fucking sit in a car and just wait for him to come back and take photos of him if I have to.
I mean, apparently he's going down here with his gun out. I was trying to get him on brandishing because that's an easy one.
I have a photo.
By the time I went around the corner, I couldn't see him anymore. So,
it would come down to this, right? If there is an underlying something going on that they're nervous about or afraid of. I mean, listen, granted, I'm gonna tell you now, Ash does not like it's not that she doesn't like police officers. She has not had a good past with police officers.
Yeah.
So I can tell you right now, security guard's probably not something that she's interested in either, right?
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that.
But this is where if he's doing something wrong, he's doing something wrong. If they're uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable. If there's proof to back up that you know he's harassing them or that you know there's something going on, then we could do something. But I've told Ash already and everyone that there's nothing we can do until there is evidence to back it up. So I'll keep an eye out. If I'm ever on duty and he's around, I'll keep an eye out. If he ever pulls a gun out, I'll snap a photo, and we'll just, I mean, honestly, the best thing you can do right now, Kylie, is literally just get a report started, and every time you get photos of him or statements, you just throw everything in there until eventually one day you could turn around and just bump it up to an incident and placement cuffs, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Espinosa and Daisy put a trespassing warrant out for him earlier, and we got him on that. That's because he was going into the stores. Now he's claiming that he was never told that he was trespassed. I told him. I listed the stores the other day.
Actually, hold on.
It's on his profile.
What's up?
Hey, could you come over to us real quick over by the yoga mats?
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized something. This just clicked with me. Ash,
Yep.
do you own the Korean Plaza?
No, I'm trying to get it.
Do you know who owns the Korean Plaza?
Technically, no one.
But you own the storefronts, or do you just sell
I'm in
them?
charge of the storefronts for the Korean Plaza. I don't own them. I'm in charge of them.
I want you to do me a favor.
Mm.
Because this is well within your right. Reach out to a deputy mayor. Because I had to do this a while ago with an investigation to know if I had jurisdiction to dig in a piece of property. Find out the layout of who owns the plaza directly and get an official statement from the deputy mayor / a judge to figure out what the line of jurisdiction is for the storefronts. Because you may be able to get them on trespass if a judge is able to say the line ends here and the line starts here. At that point, forget breaking the law. At that point, you could probably have jurisdiction over where someone is and isn't. I mean, that's well within your right, and that's something that I've had to do in the past. If you can find that line and figure out if there's an official line that you can actually set, then I mean, at that point, if you own it, then you can press it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
The thing is, like,
yeah, go ahead.
Like, I totally understand, like, the footpath over there, because, you know, keep people off the road and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, fair enough. What about the balcony upstairs that he's fucking perching on to stare at us? Like, does he really need to stay off the road to be safe from the fucking, you know, traffic up there? You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Yeah, we get it. We totally get it.
Ash, I'm gonna be honest with you. I told Kylie something, and I'm gonna tell you too. Again, I don't know everything going on, but the last time you changed up your look was when you were literally being hunted.
I don't feel safe, Flub. Like, I don't...
I know. That's
I don't know what else to do.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on, but I know you well enough to say that you don't do this ever. And I was just telling Kylie the bottom line is figuring out the why. Why are you uncomfortable, right? And getting to that point to get the evidence to back it up is what is going to be what we would have to do on the PD side. But I'll more than willing to offer. Sorry, but essentially records, logs, whatever. And this is unfortunately where things come down to where the police has I guess the police department has a hard time just thumbs up going. Hello. Hi.
Reggie.
What up?
Hey, could you give us just 1 second?
No.
What?
Could you give us 1 second, please?
Fuck you, Flop.
I'm asking for 1 second, Reggie.
I'm gonna cut you.
Okay. The police department would have to build a case on one side, and I'm sure if it's a consistent and persistent thing, then something can be done. But to have just an instant, you know, hey, this guy's here, the police department can't do much, right? The immediate thing is going to be, okay, there's a guy here, who cares, right? That's just the instant, like, okay. Where I come in question and where Kylie's here to question is the why are they reporting it, right? And if it's a consistent and persistent thing, then keeping a record of it is going to help. And like I said, and I mean this more than anything, I would highly recommend getting in touch with the deputy mayor to find out the layout of jurisdiction that you have here. Because if you have jurisdiction here, then you can, without question, without fail, just turn around, make a phone call and say, hey, he's in my jurisdiction. And fucking try me.
What is he doing?
He's just being an asshole. Fuck you, Reggie. I can't lead this, but I will help assist you with this if you need.
Yeah.
I just figured I'd throw it your way, pitch it your way.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll get you a little written statement if you want for what happened when I was sitting here. He was literally just standing over the second balcony, like staring over us, and it was kind of confusing.
Yeah, I don't get why he's doing it. That's the thing. Like,
I don't know. That's the thing, is that if there's intention, then great. Does he even own a security business?
No, he doesn't own any security business. He's employed by 2 businesses. They're not security based, but he is got the position of security on 2 businesses.
I can employ anyone as anything that I choose.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them, you know.
But yeah, I mean, if he's not employed at a security business, that's number one. That's a question mark for me.
Why doesn't he go and do security for those businesses that actually employed him?
But is he employed anywhere?
He's employed at Right Away and some other thing. I can't remember what it is. Hold
it's
up.
a kitchen appliance store inside Manhattan. I assume it's an inactive business.
Hey, Reggie.
He's
you
got
can come
another
here.
one now. He's got the VU.
Go for him. He works at all these places.
The VU.
Can't go, can't.
What?
Still doesn't make him.
You own where I.
Yeah, I know. No, I get it.
You can come here.
Yeah, why doesn't he go do security at those businesses that actually want him?
All right.
Oh my god! Next he'll have a security gig at Digital Den.
Well, I mean, the whole get up here that I'm getting at though is that he's employed at these businesses, right?
Yeah.
So clearly he has a track record of business. This is where I come in, and I start pushing for an investigation, right? If you're employed at 3 businesses for security and you are not employed here as a security guard, then why are you here? Your intention for being here no longer fits, and in my opinion, without seeing the line of jurisdiction on private property at the cafe, the question becomes, okay, where would you be allowed to patrol, right? If he could patrol here, that's one thing, but he's not even employed at anywhere here.
Like, why would he patrol here? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the thing I don't get. Why is he patrolling here when he has no reason to?
He clearly has a track record of employment.
People and by cops. He was arrested for trespassing, and he came back. Like, it goes beyond just wanting to patrol. It's intentional.
Kylie, could you check to see if he pled guilty to that?
Give me a sec.
Oh god, yo Turtle, thank you for the raid. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Oh, my MDW is very slow.
Thank you so much. What's up, brother? I'm sad zero to get to talk to
no,
Flopmore. I know.
Oh, he got done again a couple of hours ago. So he got the warrant and another one.
Did he plead guilty to either of those?
Guilty to both. No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we had video footage of him going in and out. I also 911 like multiple other times, but had no video footage of it. So they said it's just noted.
Okay.
Like, can you imagine being arrested, being asked to leave, and then being like, nah, I'm just gonna keep coming back.
Yeah,
like, it's terrifying. Like,
yeah, I totally get it.
So this is again where I come in to ask the question. I could be the one to probably reach out. Kylie, if you wanted to reach out to, you could, or Ash, you could even reach out yourself. Deputy Mayor, email.
I don't even think the deputy mayors could do anything there.
Oh, they can.
Well, they're gonna say to go to construction.
They won't. I literally had to reach out to a deputy mayor, in which it was confirmed to me and signed by a judge, the property line of the barrio. I could tell you exactly the jurisdiction of the entire barrio, based on where they own it and where they don't own it.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend getting a layout and a blueprint of the Korean Plaza so that you know who owns what here. This way it isn't a guessing game and everybody makes their own judgment call, right?
Who even are the current deputy mayors? Because like I'm around during this time, I never see them.
Well, I was complaining with Ash earlier because I'm supposed to have a business here soon. And I mean, I'll be the first to say it. If this guy stands in front of my business, I will call him in for trespassing. I already don't like his vibe, but if he's going to stand in front of my store, I would very gladly call him in for trespass. But
I don't understand how staring through the windows with a torch for hours is not considered trespassing if he's trespassed. Like, it's freaky.
the thing is that there is a line to be drawn for your property. And I think it's really important that you get that line drawn.
Yeah.
And Ash, you don't have to be the one to do it. I don't mind making I don't mind formulating it and doing it the way that I had to do it. But if you can get that, we may be able to just avoid the whole building up an investigation thing. And who knows, maybe because you have some ownership and some say here at the plaza and the cafe, obviously the cafe, you may be able to just call it in every time he's here. You know what I mean? But I definitely, I mean that more than anything. That is the number one thing I would do, because that's what I had to do with the barrio. And to this day, I still have a blueprint of the entire layout of the barrio.
I just don't get it, man. Did you know that he went to Burger Shop? And he told them that he was hired as security for Burger Shop and refused to say who he was? And then he was getting aggressive with people there. He got fucking shot. You know? I'm trying to work with the cops.
Yeah, I responded to a fight earlier just down the road from Burger Shot. He was there. He had his gun in his hand. And I'm just like, Gary, can you put the gun away, please?
He instigates all this stuff, you know? Like,
yeah.
He was at the apartments telling people he's hired by the PD as a security guard. Like,
I have a question. Do you have a name of the person who was at Burger Shot who saw this all?
Bob was telling me about it.
Okay. If Bob has any information about that, and obviously, I mean, that's something that I would look into as well. Yeah. If he's instigating and causing problems at other businesses too, is he employed at Burger Shot?
No.
Okay, even better. So if we can get statements of people saying that he's going to other businesses and lying about his employment and then coming to places like the cafe where he's not employed, then there's another layer of, okay, why are you here, right?
He told Bertha that I hired him as security for this area.
You have a statement for that?
Yeah, I've had Bertha tell me that as well, so.
Okay, good. I was going to say, get that. I definitely would say a report to get that written down. Anything he's using to lie. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll be willing to help add on to it and stuff and get statements from people. But
definitely.
If we can build a track record of him blatantly lying about his employment with people, it's only going to back up his case that he's got no reason to be at some of these locations.
Yeah. The thing needs to be 5150 at this point, man. He's obviously living in his own reality.
Well, the whole thing here that I'm trying to get at is that if he is actively just kind of going around and doing his own thing, regardless of his employment status, then, you know, that's one thing. But again, I'm not even trying to work against him right now. I'm just working in the interest of his reasoning for being at these locations. So,
yeah.
It's clear that he's trying to lie through his teeth with some people, if these statements are true. And if there's a record of him consistently doing that, which there already is if he claimed to work at Burger Shot, and now he's claiming that Bertha hired him for the cafe, then great. The other question then becomes, you know, my problem is this, right? When I'm in uniform, when I'm on duty, I'm a public servant to some degree, right? People see the uniform. I'm a peace officer. That's why we wear the uniform, right?
Yeah.
When I am off duty, I'm still considered, to some degree, a public servant, right? I don't leave my life of being a peace officer behind. However, him being in uniform all the time, he's unfortunately going to get looks, and if he kind of has some degree to maintain if he's going to be in a uniform. And I don't even know, does his uniform have a badge?
It does.
Okay. So I mean, to some degree, listen, I don't know where he stands, but he has some degree to maintain and uphold. And it's clear that he's not maintaining or upholding his own badge, which,
yeah,
to my understanding, is a little wrong, falsified, and concerning. Because if we just walked around in uniforms and we were just like, you think I fucking care about that? Yeah, unfortunately,
yeah,
I hate to say it, it wouldn't end good. And there's a reason why a lot of officers are not respected in the PD. Why a lot of people that do wear the badge, I don't even respect.
Yeah.
So, bottom line, here's what I recommend. This is either Ash, let me know if you're gonna do it. If not, I will do it. Or Kylie, I'll even help you do it. Reach out to a deputy mayor and find out where the line is on the entire parking lot to the Korean Plaza. Find out where you own and what your jurisdiction is. And Ash, if you don't want to be the one to do it, I just need any of your information that you have from the mayor's office or from whoever to how you control and how you help out the storefronts. Because technically speaking, if nobody owns them and you're the one that sells them and you're the main person that sells them, you don't own them, but I'm
in charge of them.
You're in charge of them, which means that you have a say in jurisdiction over literally bottom, upper floor, doesn't fucking matter. That whole building you have jurisdiction over in some degree. I needed your approval before I could get my business signed, right? So
Yep.
you hold bearing. I would reach out to whoever gave you that position and forward it over to either myself or Kylie. I would reach out to a deputy mayor and ask them what the property lines are to the UU Cafe and the Korean Plaza. And at that point, because you have jurisdiction over the Korean Plaza, even if it's up to the sidewalk, you can at least turn around and say, okay, he can't be anywhere by the cafe, on the sidewalk of the cafe, on the sidewalk of the plaza, right? So, there's your line of defense to start without having to go through any legal trouble. That wouldn't be legal trouble. That would just be a line that you can turn around and say, I don't want him here. I've told him he doesn't, not to be here. I want him trespassed. At that point, if you can provide the paperwork to prove that, we can just turn around and slap him in handcuffs and move on with our day. And we'll do that 100 times over if we have to, right? So, highly recommend you do that. And continuing to write statements, and anyone else that's here to write statements as well. And at that point, we build a case. And, I mean, you could probably, depending on where your property lines are, get him banned from even being here. Which means if he even steps foot here, you could just make a phone call. Hey, he's here. And we could just come and arrest him. So, let me know if you want to be the one to do that. If not, just provide me all the information that you have that kind of gives you some jurisdiction here between the Korean Plaza and the cafe, which we know you own. So really, it just comes down to what you have with the Korean Plaza, and we can do that. I would also recommend that if you don't already, which I'd imagine you do, get a ban for him at the cafe, which I imagine you already have.
Oh yeah, he's already trespassed.
Okay, there you go. So you have him banned at the cafe. Find out what your say is at the plaza, because if it's an unowned business, you still have the approval on if somebody gets to own that business or not. And at that point, I believe you still have some say in people that are on the property. So you should be able to get that written down from whoever gave you that power, and we go from there. Does that make sense on some level? Okay. I'm trying to help you out here, and I think that this is the best course of action. And this at least gives us a start and a bearing as to how we can proceed. Because as soon as we have legal lines to follow, then at least we know when he's overstepping that line. And it makes it.
How many days of statements and shit do I need to take down? Like,
I would honestly,
as many as you can, honestly.
Yeah, as many as you can. But again, I would worry less about the statements, and I would worry more about reaching out to the deputy mayor.
Yeah.
I mean, I will. I genuinely don't think it's gonna do anything though, particularly since you know how hard it is to get someone at this time.
I would formulate an email and email someone then. because I'm going to tell you now, if you're going to wait for somebody now, I'm going to tell you right now that you won't find a deputy mayor. I'm around forever, and I don't ever see anyone from the deputy mayors. I literally just have to email Sherry to re-look at my business. So, and that's because I've waited 4 days already for someone and have had no response. So this is going to be the same battle I had to go through. This is going to be an email battle. Arthur McNee, when he was a judge, was the one that helped me formulate and get this all started and get this stuff going. And this is where the hiccups came in. It took me a few days to get it all, but either start with a judge, start with a deputy mayor, and if you can't get either, I would just start emailing people, and somebody will eventually get this going and started, and you will eventually start getting the answers you are looking for. It's not going to be an overnight process, but I would definitely follow it through as if it was. I think you're going to be happier for it, and I think it will put it'll put some bearing on it.
I don't think I'll be happy for it. It's gonna suck. Anytime anything happens here, someone gets shot here, then I'm gonna be liable for it.
No.
But I don't know how else to protect myself, and you guys have your hands tied.
Why would you be liable for someone else getting shot?
Yeah, what?
They already try to do that shit. People have put up docket cases to sue me for people getting hurt, like on the property. You know what I mean? So.
What the hell?
That would never last in court, though.
You know what's fucking funny? Someone tried to sue me for them getting hurt in the car park because it was Uwu Cafe car park.
Oh my God.
So when someone's trying to sue me, and the police are trying to get me in trouble for that, that's Uwu Cafe car park. When I'm fucking scared for my life and there's a fucking creep stalking me and staring at us, even you were uncomfortable. You were here for 5 minutes. I've been here for 2 days dealing with his crap.
Well, it made me uncomfortable as soon as I saw what you were wearing. Yeah. As soon as I saw what you were wearing, I'm like, something's not right. Because, again, you never dress like this. My point still stands, though, right? That it fucking sucks. It really does. But this is where getting those lines matter. And honestly, by law, no one can sue you for being shot in the parking lot. They could try. Anyone could try and push for anything. No judge would take a case where they got shot in a parking lot. I'm telling you now, 0 judges would be able to even take that case. They would literally laugh and throw that out. That's not even me saying that just to say it. There's nothing that you can do at that point.
I mean, that's like arguing that somebody came in, shot one of your customers, and walked out, and you're somehow liable? No.
I mean, that got accepted.
Did it ever make it to trial?
Oh my God.
It was eventually dismissed after a reposting of the docket, and then several different motions. And I think that it was dismissed more so because the judge was getting pissed off than anything else.
Like I said, even if it went to trial, they would need to prove that you had some liability over why.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, it would not ever hold up in court. You would never be found guilty for that. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, Ash. I actually hope you are one day found guilty for that. Because if you're found guilty for someone being shot in the parking lot, the judges prove that you have jurisdiction in the parking lot and you could literally get anyone arrested. I hope you get found guilty one day for that shit. I just realized that. I actually hope one day that someone takes you to trial for some dumb shit in the parking lot. Because at least you'll be able to turn around and say, you know, Ash Ketchup v. whoever, states that I was found guilty for someone being injured in the parking lot. And this is my evidence and my proof. And I want him arrested. And we as officers would have no choice at that point but to place that person in cuffs for trespass.
That's true.
So, honestly, I wouldn't even worry about that. I hope you find the property lines, and I hope you do own the parking lot. And if you don't, and you're brought to court because someone gets shot in the parking lot, I hope you're found guilty. Because then at that point, you deal with your little stupid charge, you get your little expungement, and then at that point, hey, guess what? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face.
Well, I've spoken to both the mayor and to Alex Ron about getting this proper owned by me. So hopefully I hear back from them soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if
Thanks
you
you
can
guys
get
for
it
all
in
the-
writing that you have the jurisdiction over this, then yeah, there's no issue.
Ash, I'm telling you, this is going to get resolved. It is going to get resolved, and I'll make it a point to get it resolved. It's going to take a little legwork from myself and
Honestly,
Kylie.
it's become my mission to get it resolved as well, because I can see how it's affecting you. I can see how it's affecting everybody who hangs out here.
Like, I don't know, man. I feel like people are gonna think we're being dramatic, but man, like it's, I don't know.
No. I've seen it. Like, I know there are a lot of officers who are just like, oh yeah, being over dramatic. You think you own the whole place? No, this isn't about that.
I mean, people thought that we were being dramatic about Jasper, and look what happened to him. So, you know, it's the same point, right? The last time I saw you like this was with Jasper. So obviously I knew something was wrong as soon as I walked up, and why I was incredibly confused. And then 2 minutes later, he was just standing over us, literally. So, you know, it's very clear to me that you are in some level of distress with him. I wouldn't just be making the point to make the point, because if it was anyone, you were like, that guy's annoying me, I'd be like, okay, why, right? But I didn't have to ask questions. It made sense. You texted me and said, don't use my name. That should be enough. I mean, at that point, there's already enough to say, okay, something's not right.
Yeah.
What's all this meta doing in chat? Hey, I haven't been reading chat in the last couple of minutes, but exclamation point meta. If you guys are metagaming, I'm just gonna ban you.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm.
It's gonna take some legwork. It's not gonna be an overnight thing, but I would definitely start by sending out some emails and keep me in the loop. Let me know what the hassle is from everybody else, and if it hits a brick wall, I'll start making phone calls.
Do you think that Sherry would be too close to the situation to give an answer on it?
No, because the only thing you'd be asking Sherry... Here's what you're going to ask Sherry. Don't tell Sherry, I need the property lines because it's a security guard bothering me, because at that point, yeah, now there's an interest from Sherry's point of view to try and get the answer for you. If you just reach out to Sherry and say, hey, I need somebody from the deputy mayor's office to help me with property lines between the Korean Plaza and the Uwu Cafe and the parking lot. At that point, there is no personal interest there for Sherry. At that point, the only thing Sherry is doing her job as a deputy mayor and proposing that to someone within the office to say, hey, Ash Ketchup wants to know the property line on, you know, the Korean Plaza, right? And then you're in the clear. You know what I mean? I would just leave out the fact that its interest is for, because even if you did mention it, I don't think it would make a difference. But the information that you're looking for should be, you're not proposing. Okay, so this is where it's not a problem. You're not proposing new information to get something signed for your own interest, right? You're looking for information that should already be documented somewhere in a file of this entire layout. If that's the case, nothing new is being proposed. At that point, you were simply asking a deputy mayor for information that should already be provided to owners that work, live, or have place of business at this location. So in long terms, no, you don't actually have anything going on that I think would put Sherry at a level of interest that would be considered conflict. If you had asked Sherry to sign something because of XYZ, then yeah, I would say there'd be some conflict of interest because Sherry has some level of management here at the cafe.
Okay,
So I'll do my best.
Alright.
And I know Kylie's going to do her best as well. And Kylie, like I said, I
Yeah,
will help you with this. And obviously you keep me in the loop, and I'll, if you get a report started, I'll start just adding statements to it and stuff. I'll even put my statement in when I go back on duty.
Yeah, I'll start one up as soon as I get back to MRPD.
That's fine. Whenever. No rush. Statements, I would say, come secondary. I would start with the deputy mayor conversation and just continuously get statements. And as you get them, call me, text me, or contact Kylie or text her and just say, hey, I need to give you some stuff. Just start providing it, and we'll start putting it in a report. And if you get photos, you get photos. Great. I'll probably come here, and if I see him, I'll take photos myself. And we'll get a report started.
Thank you.
Yeah. All is good. We got you covered.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions? I guess regarding, I mean, obviously I feel weird because I'm off duty right now, but do you have any other questions, I guess, from a legal side that either myself or Kylie could answer while we're both here?
If he ends up hurting someone or myself, is everyone gonna surprise Pikachu face?
I'm not. No.
No, you have a okay. This is the other thing. Your statements. If he does something to you after all these statements are in from everybody, and if you feel like he's targeting you, then definitely put in that I feel like I'm being targeted. And if other people see that you're being targeted, make sure that they are turning around and in their statements saying Ash is being targeted. Because at that point, if he does something to you, guess what? That's attempted first-degree murder.
Yeah. Yeah, that shows premeditation.
So no.
It scares me, man.
Just make sure in the statements from other people, if other people know that they're targeting you, that this person's targeting you, just make sure the people around you that are seeing it. I mean, in my statement, I'm also going to include it because it was very clear to me that he was standing like over you. I will, in my statement, make sure to make that clear. And, you know, I guess the only benefit to PD is that my statement actually holds some bearing in court, which is nice. So, so I'll get my statement written in. I recommend you just continuously write statements, and the people around you just make sure that they note in that, hey, you know, this guy's targeting people from the cafe. I feel like I'm being watched. I feel like this guy's stalking me. And just kind of keep a record of it. And if he does anything to you, no, there won't be any shock Pikachu face. At that point, we have a record of it happening. And it would be considered premeditation.
And that is it, guys, for the video. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more. Thank you.